Kia ora koutou whānau. We're at Norana Park in Mangere, South Auckland for the Flag Football National Championships. And of course, this is a big one for the sport here in New Zealand, flag football. It is the Women's Championship game between the Metro Lioness Black taking on the South Auckland Raiders women's team. So an exciting time for the code to have the ladies step up and playing some high-end football as well. And it is an all-Auckland affair between, of course, Metro, very proud club, and the South Auckland Raiders. And for those who are fans of the game here in Auckland and the full contact, they will know that this is a repeat of the men's full contact finals. So we will see whether the Metro team can get up over the South Auckland Raiders buddies and right whatever wrongs they feel happened in the final, which was an absolute zinger. And came down to the last 2.5 minutes. But more to the point, we're playing flag football here, and it's been a wonderful weekend showcasing a game that is definitely on the rise. We've had a full youth squad and a great final, which you would have just seen before. The youth final with the Hamilton Hawks taking out the Hawke's Bay Heat, and a last-second wower. The Hawke's Bay going down 12 to Hamilton's 13, so a 1-point game. And you see the girls enjoying themselves and running out onto the field, which is good times. The two captains coming through, and we will see the coin toss. And this will, of course, will decide who takes the kick and who receives, which way they'll be going. There's quite a strong headwind here at Norana Park, Mangere, South Auckland. So the team that's playing from the right of your screen, they will be facing straight into quite a stiff head breeze. Both these teams obviously know each other very, very well, being both Auckland squads. My name is Mark Peard, and joining me in the commentary will be Brendan McKirk, who's just come back from doing a bit of scouting, finding out the inner workings of both squads and working out what's going on. Brendan, what can you tell us as we keep an eye there on the referees and the coin toss?
I can only tell it's going to be a physical game.
Well, that's the beauty of this. There's only so much physicality you can get away with, and that's why I think it's one of those games, and you'll see in the finals where players can play for many, many years. Kind of like touch, but you know what? I enjoy it a little more than touch. I could be biased, but I enjoy touch. You know, it has its place, but flag football, nothing quite like it. You can see the fans are here. There's plenty of people around the grounds on either ends and watching it, and the sound system's pumping. And everyone's here and have had a wonderful weekend. Saturday, of course, was all the qualifiers and where all the hard mahi was done. And then we get to Sunday, and that's where everyone can show off their skill sets in the finals and make it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. That's only if their body's strong enough to last the day.
That's right. Well, that's what we're talking about with flag football, though. Yeah, the lack of contact usually means it's just one of those niggly hamstrings that pulls you up or something like that. Some of the men's side were dropping like flies, especially some of the older guys I used to even play with. And here we go. Here go the girls running out. You will see Metro Lions playing full in black with the yellow tags. It is the South Auckland Raiders who don the netball bibs and the green tags. And plenty of fun this afternoon, but there will be a serious aspect to this game as well. It is, of course, the Flag Football Championship game in the women's division, and Lioness Black will start out on defense for the Metro, and it'll be the South Auckland Raiders who will start off with the ball on offense. As you can see, their huddle. The wind still blowing down there. Brendan, you've just come from down there. Is it just as bad up there as down there as it is up here?
It's not too bad. Like, as long as they don't throw massive bomb balls, it should be fine.
Oh, that's a good start there too. Quarterback finds a receiver and she fades out right. You have to excuse us in the commentary. Those bibs don't help when it comes to covering up the numbers. We're going to be taking guesses. Try not to offend everyone who's watching and their families. Enjoy it the way we're enjoying it as well. That was a great first up play, and I like the way that the rugby pass from the height. You're used to doing something that feels uncomfortable if you're doing it the other way. And a big bomb's gone up the field. And it's looking like no flag's been called for any contact there, so we will have third down It's a nice start there for the defence from the Metro Lioness Black team. Now, number 4, Anika, she's got her hand up in the air there with the white glove on, and she's the rusher. So she's coming forward. She's the one they got to watch, and she's managed to miss the tag there. So that was a wonderful run.
And a great tag by Lupe.
Ali just seemed to turn upfield and focus, and they're going to give her the first down, which is good for them. They will now get another 4 opportunities, or 4 plays to try and make it into the end zone, because of course they made it past halfway. The downs are reset, and it's the Raiders hot on attack. Oh, referees have decided they would like to be introduced into this final by throwing some laundry. And they've called a false start. Just while the referee walks us back, Brendan, usually a false start means what?
Usually just means 5 yards back and you replay that down.
Usually also means that the receivers have probably left the line early before the ball's left the ground.
Yeah.
So the referees have seen that's the case and decided to penalise them 5 yards back. They'll get those 5 yards back again, and it's a good play. Plenty of hustle.
Good pass by Carlo, number 12, the quarterback for the Metro.
And Sherritt was not going down easily either. Sherritt decided she would keep moving the hips and be evasive with the tags, which is part of the play here in flag football. You know, you can do as much as you want to evade. You can't fend, but you can certainly do a little hip movement, and you can move up and down to try and get away from anyone who's trying to grab your tags off you. And it can make it very, very difficult. As shown there from Sherritt. So, the Raiders. Oh, no. It's gone up. It's gone long. It's a great pass.
Oh, nearly picked.
Good defense. The Lionesses not afraid to allow the ball to go long, knowing and confident that they will make the stop. So we're looking like it's 3rd down now. They will want to get at least carve half the yardage off to get closer to the end zone, knowing that there's that strong headwind. Here we go, it's a run play and a sidestep, and not too much at all. Very, very good defending there from Anika Moore. And the white gloves, distinguished white gloves, and she holds her hand up in the air. You can see the huddle going for the Raiders. You'll notice as the camera zooms up a bit, you'll see the defender with their hand up in the air means that they are rushing. They are coming after the quarterback, letting everybody know. Let's see what the Raiders can do on 4th. It's a big one. It's a bomb, and it's an intercept. Well, they had to throw caution into the air, and D. Nonu was the one who got up and made the play, and a wonderful play at that. So we, for the first time in this grand final in the Women's Flag Championship game, we'll see the Metro Lioness team. See how well they go on offense now with the wind at their back. Terrible shot of Gordon Burns in the background getting dressed. We apologise to any of the viewers at home that may have captured that. And here we go, the Lionesses with the run, and it's Nonu again. She's proving not only a beast on defense, but also on offense as they march up the field. The huddle now. The Metro Lioness Black team. This, of course, the championship game in the women's division. Flag football national champions. One of the teams will be able to call themselves that. 3 receivers out to her left. She rolls. It's a big bomb.
Cool. Flag on the field, though.
Bit of flag on the field, though. And not what we wanted to see from Taylor, the quarterback here, the Metro Lionesses. Let's see what the umpires are calling, what they think's happened here. It's the 3rd. Looks like they'll be marching back, and the Lionesses will have an even more precarious position to be playing from. entirely sure. Maybe a false start there.
Well, I didn't see a false start.
You didn't, Brendan?
Didn't see a false start. Maybe it might have been impeding the rusher. So when the person that has their hand up, they have right of way. So if the centre or someone's running in front of them, that's it. That's impeding them.
Right. Let's see if the same call happens again. There's a sidestep, a wonderful grasp, and great yards after the catch. He spin through, and Tase Jeremiah is the one who grabs the ball and swivels through and picks up half the yardage they need. So 3rd down. They need to get to halfway to reset those downs and get another 4 plays to try and get in the end zone, and they'll be trying for that as Tase gets the ball back, and she's looking it off. Great spin, great tight spiral, great pass. Oh, what a ball! Beautiful throw, and Nonu grabs the ball and is stopped
just short.
Just short. 1.5 meters to go to the end zone, but what a wonderful pass from Tase Jeremiah. She cocked it back and let it fly and had complete faith in Nonu to bring it in, and she did just that. So, 1.5 meters out now. The Metro Lioness Black knocking on the door on the end zone. Here we go. Tase with the ball, locking off the receivers, goes up again, back to her favourite target, and it's Nonu who will bring it in. And we have the first scoring play in the Women's Flag Football National Championship game. It's the Metro Lioness Blacks who have managed to get on the scoreboard first after some wonderful passing. And Tase really has been phenomenal so far on their first drive. Just took them straight down the field. And Brendan, you've been down there. You've sensed the wind. Is that all wind or is that skill set?
Column A, column B.
Column A and column B. Ticking both.
Ticking both. No, it was a nice ball, and the wind just carried it nicely over, like a moon ball.
A moon ball, he's called it. Moon ball. Well,
Chris Collinsworth says hi.
I like that. I like that. A bit of laundry back on the field again. The umpires aren't happy with something. Yes. The flag
is waved off, no penalty.
Just wanted to make his way onto the YouTube stream. Wanted to be a part of the skysportnext broadcasting commentary. There he is. You've made it. Here we go. So they're playing for 2 here?
Yep.
2 points. Trying to go well ahead. And there you go. Tase again in the back of the end zone. Oh! Just put down. That was a perfectly thrown ball. And I'll tell you this much for free. The Metro Lioness Black team has one hell of a leader. And that leader being Tase Jeremiah. She marched them down the field, hooking up twice with Nonu, and man, that was fire.
That was good, eh?
Got the wind at their back, I understand that. I know it's going to be a little harder in the second half, but you've also got to have some touch. You've got to know how far that wind's going to carry the ball. You've got to know how to drop it in, and she did it perfectly, leading her receivers. So we get a second chance now. How will the South Auckland Raiders respond? They will need something. Receivers stacked to the left, goes back to the centre. And good hip movements. Spun through the first contact. Managed to make up a couple more meters. Raiders, they will look at the clock. Just over 5.5 minutes left to go. And know that they will get the wind at their backs in the second half. So not to panic, but they will also know when they watch them on offense, that Metro Lioness team has got some punch. Here we go, plenty of time in the pocket. This goes back to the centre, and she spins through. I don't think she'll make the first down, but she's got close enough to make it very, very achievable.
That's quite interesting looking now at the Metro Lions, as you've got their centre is like showing that she's going to be pass rushing, and she's actually not. She's just dropping back into coverage and picking up that centre, and it's completely ruining with the flow of the quarterback now.
Right, so the Metro Lions are playing funny games, the Lionesses, and I think you'll think, is it Anika?
That's Anika, yeah.
Anika Moore, who is pretending to come in into Russia. But man, she is good. I'll tell you what, when she wants to attack and get in there, she's very, very agile, and she was coming in full tilt then and managed to still grab the flag, but it is a first down, so the Raiders got what they came to get, and they will now have 4 more plays to try and make it into the end zone and try and match the Metro Lioness team, get some points on the board. course, there were 2 Metro Lioness teams, one silver and one black, and it's the black team that's made it through into the final, so congratulations to them. Offense back, and it's a staggered set there. Looks like it could be a run. It's not a run though, dummy.
Yep, they're running an RPO option.
Very good. Both flags taken out. And Shira is proving very, very handy on the offense. That's Sherry Pusimana, who's received her fair share of attention and gone all the way up the field. Plenty of running in it. It's always tough when you're asking your centre slash tight end slash everything, your offensive line, to not only hike the ball back and get it to you on time, but also catch the ball, receive it, and do damage. So let's see how the South Auckland Raiders women's side go again. It's a big ball over the middle, and it's a great catch. It's a wonderful catch. I'll see if they give them the touchdown. Oh, flag just pulled.
Just pulled before.
That must be inches away. Wonderful reception and a well thought out play there. So they will be camped less than a yard out for the touchdown. The Raiders have done so well marching it down the field so far. Let's see what they do. 2 receivers stacked out to the left, 1 on the right. And of course, the centre who spikes it, and she's got open. Will they find her though? It's in the end zone, sort of 2-1, and what a hand grab!
Oh, tip into the receiver's hands.
I must say, let's hit that replay, but I think you'll find Galore was a little bit caught between 2 minds here, because she had 2 receivers slightly opened and threw it in between both of them. There they are, and a tip ball, and a wonderful play in the end. And the Raiders are on the board. They've got themselves 6. Let's see if they can add the extras now. They too look to be going for 2. It's hard to tell with those lines starting to fade after a weekend's worth of damage. Here we go, plenty of time going along in the end, and no, threw it in the end zone and got picked off.
So yeah, Al's touchdown was not converted.
So there we go. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half, and it's all drawn up here at Norana Park. The Flag Football National Championship finals between very fancied Metro Lioness Black team and the South Auckland Raiders. It's the Women's Championship. Girls have worked hard to get into these finals, so they will want to make sure they take home the silverware as well. Now, back to offense, and the Metro Lionesses, who proved that they have it and more in spades. And it's a run play to begin with, and it's a good run play, but some wonderful defense too. I'll tell you what, if Tassie had managed to turn the corner there, they would have been in all sorts of trouble.
And we've got a false start.
False start, never ideal. So, the minutes counting down now. 6-all in the Women's Flag Football National Championship game between the Metro Lioness Black and the South Auckland Raiders. Here we go. Will they run again? No. Streaks out wide, and it's a wonderful catch. Great pass. Beautiful pass there. And it is number 5 who brings it in. This would be a short Wilcox. Going up for that ball. I mean, that could have gone either way. There were 2 defenders there, and she managed to snatch it out, which is good. Saliba throws it back and gets the ball back, makes it over halfway, doesn't realise that her flag has been snatched. It's a good play.
Yep, but as we said, you play the whistle.
It will mean that they have marched down the field and are sitting on halfway now. Here we go, ball hiked back. It's a long, long ball straight through.
Smacked away.
And Taylor, who I'd miscalled off the first half. It's actually Taylor who's back there throwing the ball. My apologies to Taylor. She threw that one long and wide, and it looked like an open route too, but didn't quite connect. Cannot say too much about this wind as well that's sort of blowing the ball around. Taylor again looks over the middle. Ooh, floated that one high, and there's a flag been thrown. I don't know what that is for. Contact of the quarterback, so this will march them forward. That is not a smart play. And there'll be proper disappointment there because I say they'll be disappointed that they had done very, very well to keep the Metro team from marching up the field, and they had a good defensive play, but that goes against the grain because they get free yardage there, Brennan. No one's a fan of free yardage unless you're the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
So running a double set now, and Taylor flicks it back in to the number 10. That is Tusset Jeremiah. I like the way she spins into the contact. As you see, the defender comes forward, tries to grab her flag, and just as the defender thinks they've got a flag, she spins the hips and moves out of the way. Pirouette for those in the dancing game. Clearly my dancing game isn't strong, but it's almost like a pirouette. You spin around in a circle, and the defender's left confused as the flag where it was sitting is no longer there. As the wind starts to pick up in this grand final for the Women's Flag Football National Championship game between the Metro Lions and the South Auckland Raiders. It's the Metro Lioness Black team who's got the ball. They're on possession. Bit of a timeout as the coach talks through the next play. 6-all is the scoreline between these two teams. Now we will see what was drawn up in that play. Taylor Luane has the ball, buys herself some time, flicks the hips, goes through. It's a good ball, but it's been picked off. It has been picked off. She was going for that favourite target of hers, Dinonu, who was back there and hanging out in the end zone, but did not throw it high enough. And that's the down part of this wind too, is that once the wind grabs it, it's sailed through. And that's a pick. And we will see what the South Auckland Raiders have left in the tank as the first half starts to come to a close. And there's our defender with the hand up in the air to keep an eye on. And being number 4, Anika Moore, as she rushes through and beaten by the run. But the flag has been pulled. It's great defending there by Tusset Jeremiah. And there it is. That's half-time. Just the one play for the Auckland Raiders to try and make it through there. The South Auckland Raiders, they'll have to be happy with that. They will get a chance with the wind at their back in the second half, though, and we will be back with that second half. So, to wrap the first National Flag Football Championship in the women's division, it is 6-all between the Metro Lions and the South Auckland Raiders.
So who'll score first? Us. Who'll win?
Oh,
us. And total points?
Peace.
Know your game? Get more out of it than ever before. Combine single bets on the same match with TAB's Same Game Multi. Now you're in the game.
Yeah, welcome back to Flag Football National Championship Day. It is the women's final here at Norana Park, Mangere, South Auckland. And apologies to those watching the stream. We've had messages coming in. It's never ideal when we get given the team lists and none of them match up. So apologies to those who we might have been calling wrong. But we will be doing our best in the second half to make sure we stay true. Mark Peard with you and Brendan McGurk calling this women's final. And it's an exciting one. The first half been and gone already. And both teams cannot be separated. It is 6-all between the Metro Lioness Black team and the South Auckland Raiders. And it will be the Metro Lioness Black team who have the ball to begin with. And they march it up the field, and it's a good run. It's a very good run. I don't think they were expecting that. I do not think they were expecting that at all. So the Lioness team straight away, straight into it. That's what they wanted. Of course, heading into the wind at the moment, it's a good out ball again. And a wonderful play. But the tags were taken off before the ball popped loose. And she had certainly made what we'd like to think of as a football move before the ball popped out.
What's a football move, Mark?
Man, even the best in the business couldn't explain what an actual football move is, because it always seems to differ depending on the situation. Usually, if the Carolina Panthers have it, no one's made a football move. And here we go again.
Nice cross-body pass to the centre, Moira.
Have you got us an updated list?
I do.
There
Moira Kapua.
There we go. Yes. Moira doing the Lord's work. That's a tough position to hold too. As you flick the ball back, then you've also got to pick up your momentum. First of all, you've got two things to concentrate on, or maybe even three. By the time you flick the ball back to the quarterback, then you've got to know what your route is. And then you've got to understand where your defender is too. So a difficult position playing at centre, and there's very few people who can make it look as easy as Moira does. It's totally relaxed, doing the old rugby pass off the ground, the halfback. Oh, well evaded. And it's a beautiful ball, and it's an almost catch.
Cheeseburger.
Wowza. Taylor buying herself enough time in the backfield, and she let rip and found them in. Oh, looks like there's a flag in already. Could be another false start. It is indeed, which means Metro Lioness Black team will be marched back 5 yards. I think it was the wide receiver leaving early before the ball had been hiked back, whereas it looks like the halfback clearing it from the scrum in rugby terms. And there's a few teams who are using this. I mean, it's just an unnatural feeling for us in New Zealand to be hiking it backwards through the legs.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense, this style. Here we go. It's a big ball out to the wide, and it's picked off. It's a wonderful pick too, and tippy toeing down the sideline. The Raiders doing the Lord's work there, making it through. It's the number 7. Let's have a look at the replay too, cutting in there. And you can see Taylor looked out left, and Rose Rave picks it off and makes the defensive stop, and it's a turnover. So can the deadlock be broken now by the Raiders, who get their chance on offense and the wind at their back? This will be a much nicer feeling than the first half when their teeth were gritted and going into it, but that's not an ideal start. Not ideal, but you can see the smiles on the girls' faces. They're enjoying themselves. Bit of a botched hike there. They won't need to go back into the huddle. They're going to go for play number 2 all over again. This time, hoping the hike works. So she's got 2 receivers on either side and 1 out to the right. Let's see what happens. It's a double run fake, and then a run, an actual run, and a twist and a turn, and still going. And it was a brilliant run. And our apologies. Those bibs make it very hard to see who's whom. So well done to the number 4, who's limped off. They picked up a bit of a grass burn too on the way down, which is never fun. So South Auckland Raiders looking to build on that first run and see whether they're running a double back too again, a split backs. Will they be doing a few more dummy runs? No, first runners takes it as well and still goes and makes it over halfway, and a reset of downs. That seems too easy, Brendan.
Yeah, it's I think the offense has gone now. You can't. Oh, just take our flags, and because they know their flag guarding's not flash, so they're getting an easy 5-10 yards, and they're running into the contact. And as I said, this game will be physical, and it's been very physical. You wouldn't see anything like this in a man's game.
That's what we like to see, a bit of physicality.
Yeah.
And here we go, South Auckland Raiders with a running back just off to her left and fakes the handoff and back to the centre. Yes, it is indeed. Yep, and picking up yards, easy as that.
They're just doing that RPO offense. They're reading what the pass rush is doing. If it crashes down, they just pass it off. Not crashing down, they'll just pass it.
Well, the Metro Lioness Black team on defence will need to come up with something, because right now this Raiders squad is rolling down the field too easily. And another fake pass play, fake run play, and
just short flag pull, made it out.
This is methodical.
It's a well-oiled machine.
A well-oiled machine indeed. Just not doing anything too special, considering they do have a very strong wind in their back. As you can see at home, the flag's blowing. And they aren't really using that wind in a way that other teams have throughout the day. Big long streaks. These girls are happy to keep it close, keep it tight, and go with it. And it looks like a netball pass in. The old chest heave.
We've had 3 sports players in this game today. League, football, and now netball.
We have. It's been an absolute treat. And that's the whole thing about flag football, especially in this country. Like to do our own sort of plays with it, add our own flair and flavour. And that was a part of it then.
I'll tell you what, girls are very good pass catchers, because you catch a football exactly like you would a netball.
It's up, it's on. Oh, good defence, really good defence. That was good football all round. It looked like she'd broken free, and the defender came in over the top and just tapped it. So what happens here? That was a massive play for the Metro Lioness squad. Hustling on defence, and they've turned the ball over. And we'll now see what they have on offence as they face into this strong headwind. 6-all here in the Flag Football National Championship game. Women's Division Final. Metro Black Lionesses 6 and the South Auckland Raiders 6. Lioness is back on attack, and she's going long. She's open. Oh, you know what? I think if she'd kept on running, she would have been well free. And Taylor has the arm to find her too.
Even in the wind.
Even in the wind. Isabella Short Wilcox, I believe it is, unless our numbers have been given to us wrong and I've gone and annoyed all her family at home. Here we go. What have they got on second down? The Metro Lioness Black team. Taylor's proven she's got the gun to really force it into the wind here. So let's see what she does. She's going for her favourite target. I think she will. It's Nonu out to the right. She's open, but has to settle for the under route and didn't quite make it there. Cindy Nonu scored a touchdown, the only touchdown for the Lioness Black team. And she is definitely Taylor's favourite target, you can tell. Looks her off every time. And got right down there, found herself open on the long streak, but maybe a little bit too much to ask to throw into the wind. And a good 40 yards down the field. Maybe asking a little too much. You can tell, just keep an eye on her. Nonu there off to her right. She's running in motion now. She takes the ball. And a bit of a twist, a bit of a spin. And this tag is pulled, both tags pulled, but buys them a good 8 metres on that play, and looking a little more comfortable on 4th down to get to halfway. So something special needed to be pulled out of the bag right here. I guarantee you Nonu will be somewhere in the mix. Taylor gets the ball back, buys herself some time, goes right and just puts it through. Receiver couldn't quite bring it in, and they'll be disappointed in that. Tell you what, this wind really is starting to prove the difference, because in the first half, Taylor zinged it down and didn't take them long at all to get down the field. And going up against the wind now, is proving to be a little more difficult.
It's acting like a six-man on defence, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about the long ball, so it's playing a very high safety.
So let's see if the South Auckland Raiders can break the deadlock between these two teams in the Flag Football National Championship game, Women's Division. Wind at their back. They've looked tidy. Two receivers stacked out to the right, one to the left. Let's see what they can do. It's a pop over the middle. Oh, well broken up too. So they will try again on second down. And it's Zabins Johnson, who I have been calling as the rusher. Zabins has been outstanding on defense, and the Raiders pick up a good, I'm going to go ahead and say 20 yards. And looking likely on third down to try and make it to halfway and reset those downs. Pleasure to have you watching on the streams. Absorbing a bit of flag football in this national championship final, women's division, between the Lioness Black team, Metro Lioness Black, and of course the ones with the ball right now in picture. It is the South Auckland Raiders, and she's looking like she's going deep and long.
Yep.
Yeah, a bit of laundry on the field. The flag has been thrown.
That was impeding the rusher.
So we'll be marching it back up the field. And Zabins Johnson, who is the rusher, has been rushing all day and doing it admirably. Nothing more annoying than when someone gets in your way and you're playing it well. All right. So the huddle being called. It's been marched back. What are we at, third down?
Say so, yep.
God, Brent, I need more than that from you, mate. Got to be coming solid. There we are, third down. And here we go. Raiders dummy the run, and it's a big heave upfield. But is it far enough, or has Nonu taken it? Are they going to say it's an intercept? Yes, it is. Great defensive play. Let's have a look at the replay. It looked like the Raiders were trying their hardest to get it out of the end zone and see if that wind would take them all the way up the field. It was a big heave, and there she goes. Ooh. Us eagle eyes looking at that line go, ooh, was it a turnover? Either or, they have the ball. It's all in the books now, and the Metro Lionesses come on. They get a chance now with just over 2 minutes to play to break the deadlock, and it is Nonu, the one who made the intercept and scored the touchdown, who charges it upfield, and that'll be first down.
Oh no, second. Oh no, they're spotting it front.
Here we go. Clock is still running, remember. Taylor, once again, offload. And that's a wonderful defensive play. And she has been limping all game, the number 4, but making defensive power plays all game as well. Apologies to the number 4's family because no one's given us shit. Can we get someone who writes down the names properly, please? We want to give these girls shout-outs, but it's hard to do. Anyways, back to the action. And the Raiders playing D again, good D, and that ball just sailed away, and that's the effect of the wind at the moment. It just, I tell you what, if it goes high enough and the ball isn't thrown in a tight spiral, the wind will grab it and throw it out of bounds. And we just witnessed that then. So Taylor back to the drawing board. Kobu throws it back, and Taylor biffs it up the field. It's a great ball, but just That's that wind again, holding it in the middle when it could have blown. You know, if the wind wasn't blowing it to the middle, that would have sailed out perfectly, and that would have been a beautifully thrown touchdown.
Right in the bread basket.
Yep. Oh. That's tough to do as well. So, the Raiders with less than a minute on the clock now, and we're not entirely sure. Our clock on the screen isn't the one that the referees are using. They're stopping and starting theirs. It's not all mechanically done the same, but we know that there'll be less than a minute to play. And Taylor with a great throw-on ball, but it's been picked. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, and still going. Great defensive play there from the Raiders. Let's see a replay on that one, because Taylor had all the time in the world. She threw a good tight spiral. I wouldn't say tight spiral, but a good enough ball, and it just floated behind her receiver and picked off by the Raiders defender. And now it is all on them with the wind on in their back. And it's looking like, is that a timeout that's been taken, or is that full time? And we'll have to go to extra time. Brendan, you're the local resident
it looks
expert.
like it looks like we are going. It's timeout, because if it was full time, it would have been a coin flip.
All right, okay, I'll take your word for it. It's hard to tell without these running clocks. We've got our own clock. I'm calling it full time. You're calling it a timeout. I'll take your advice over mine. You've got a better idea than I do. But I tell you what a stunning final this has been. It's your Flag Football National Championship women's final between the Metro Lioness Black team and the South Auckland Raiders. A repeat of the men's full squad, full contact final last weekend here in Auckland.
Which also went down to a nail biter too.
It was indeed. Last 2.5 minutes, and a shout out to the lads who might be watching. We haven't been able to come along to the park today to see the girls take each other on, and they have worked hard to get into these finals, so they deserve it all. Let's hope that it is won on a play and doesn't continue to go forever, which we'll all be in trouble as the storm slowly approaches. Not the Melbourne storm, the weather storm. Great passing play there as they slowly
work their way up the field.
And the clock is still running, so they'll be conscious of that. Super casual for a clock that's running so far away. Two receivers stacked out on the right and one on the left. That was a dummy run. Centre turns around, it's passed on her, and good defensive play. That defender turned around and swatted it whilst running. There being Lupe Vahakolo. And that's third down now. Still no real idea how much time left on the clock and whether or not the Raiders need to win it here, or whether there might be a change of possession if in fact the Lionesses can hold them out. There we go, another ball over the middle. They will get the first down. That's good. They're marching. There must be some time left on the clock if they're just going to march it down. They're not taking heaves down the field. Listening to the referee, tell us if he gives us any clue of how long to go.
So that's timeout, South Auckland.
So it was the Metro Lionesses who took the first timeout, because you only got one each half, isn't it?
Yep.
Referee's having a great time. Look at them laughing, giggling away, leaving us on the edge, not knowing exactly how long left to go. Let's listen in. No clues.
32 seconds left, apparently.
32 seconds?
32 seconds I just overheard from the ref.
It's good to hear. There's plenty of time on the clock then. No wonder they're just marching it methodically, because
they control the clock now.
And they can see it. They're rolling it through. No field goals though, Brendan.
No.
No timeouts and yanking a field goal from this position. Here we go. The Raiders hot on attack. I'm going to go ahead and say around 15 seconds to go. Across over the middle route, and wow.
One-handed grab across the middle.
One-handed grab. Well thrown, well played. The clock will still be ticking. About a metre. What's happened here? Referees again blowing the whistle, confusing everybody. And I don't know why they did that then, because they just stopped the clock.
I think it's just so that the both sides are set.
Right, okay, there we go. Here we go. Here it is for the game. Up in the air. Oh, no! Well, it was a well-thrown ball. It was a well-run route. It just didn't end up in the hands. And it's looking like that was the last play of the game. That could have decided it. That could have decided it and stopped it or prevented it from going to extra time, but it looks like we will be needing extra time. Here we go, overtime. The referees are getting the coaches in and they can talk about it. But for us and you watching at home, it's all a mystery. What happens next, Brendan? I mean, you hold...
Well, after last year, it used to go, it was the person with the most points for and against, but because it's a final, I believe we should be going to IFAF, international rules, which is another quarter or another half of games.
Well, that's an absolute treat for us here watching and you guys watching at home, because I will not mind another half of this football. It's been good to watch. Of course, you are tuned into the Flag Football National Championship game in the women's division between the Metro Lionesses black team and the South Auckland Raiders women's team. The score is locked in at 6 apiece. As you can see,
referee James Lissman is just explaining.
Untimed except for the play clock. So
James is explaining
no
what the
timeouts
rules are,
for the
what's
team
going on.
We don't need to stop the clock. Yeah, you can do the coin toss to see which team will start. Well, both go the same direction.
Who do you think's best suited going into this this extra time or extra half period there, Brendan, from what you've been watching?
I'm going to say it's probably the Metro Lions, purely because they've got the numbers. They can rotate out. It means we saw it in other games where teams just start playing hard and fast and loose. And if they've got the ability to rotate out, throw a player, have them streak long, and then jump off the field, walk back off the sideline, and they're replaced instantly by another person.
Yeah, the coin toss is being flicked. And
Raiders have got the ball.
we're like you guys at home. We're just looking to take any clues as to who won. Might be the Lionesses who decided to go. If it's only one half, you'd have the wind at your back, wouldn't you?
You'd have to.
So you want to go that way on offense? Yeah, sweet. So the ball starts to halfway. First and goal. So we just, I don't know what happened. We just have to squat.
All right, so there you go. It will go into sudden death, extra time. It's not sudden death, is it? We'll each get a chance to play.
Yeah, we don't do those NFL rules. Yeah.
Interesting all the same to see what happens. How will they change up their strategy? Now it is on. Couldn't find a winner in regular time. 6 apiece between the Metro Lioness black team and the South Auckland Raiders. And I tell you what, after playing all day yesterday and playing most of today, what fitting way to find our winners in the women's division and make them play an extra half. If the body allows it, got to make it happen. Huddles come out, Lioness black team heads back out onto the field and they will be playing into the wind. So, Brendan, I'm going to test you on this.
Oh, dangerous.
If you won the toss, what would you be doing? Would you be deferring and choosing which way?
I'd take the ball.
You would take the ball?
But I wouldn't do, we're going to take the ball and we're going to win situation. Okay. I.e. the Seahawks. Overtime that time.
Yes. Yeah. No, I got you. So it is the Raiders who start out on offense. 2 receivers stacked to a right, 1 onto the left. And halfback clear from the scrum. Dummy. It's a good dummy indeed. Oh, she's giving herself plenty of time. It's up in the end zone. And it's a wonderful catch. Carving off some yards. And she got very, very lucky there. To tell you this much for free, Sibbins Johnson was all over her on defense with the white gloves. Here we go. 2nd down. Very handy position. Cocking the ball back, going long, going deep. It's up. Oh, what a catch! What a take! What a touchdown! And the Raiders have been knocking on the door. And they finally got reward. Let's take a look at the replay. There it is. The centre throws it back. And she goes deep, goes up. Oh, different replay. Different replay. Niggly. That's all right. Back to live action. And the Raiders will be looking to try and grab the extras. And here we go. Quarterback stays in the pockets. Plenty to look at. And a good defensive play there from Nonu. I must say, of the players who have been mostly involved on both offense and defense, cannot go past Nonu, who has scored a touchdown, who has saved touchdowns. She's left it all out there on the field today.
Yeah, she's done very, very well.
So let's see what happens. It's the reply now from the Metro Lioness Black team in this women final. And the Raiders, man, that was lightning. Straight down there and straight into a scoring position and scored. Let's see what happens now for the Lioness. Taylor, give yourself some time. Throws it nice and long and oh, so close. Great defense there from the Raiders. A streak was being run. It was a dangerous one as that. But the safety good enough to get over and knock it down. And it's an interesting defense being played now by the Raiders. They're very, very spread out. I don't know how much.
And they're playing back. They're challenging them to throw it.
Yeah. Taylor goes again out to the left. It's a big throw. Oh. Potential collision there in the end zone. And it was not a bad thrown ball at all. It gave Tasset Jeremiah a chance to pull it in. But Rose Ravi is the defender back there who's made both those plays now. And kept her team in this, well, kept her team in front for the Raiders. Here we go, third opportunity, third bite of the apple. And Taylor, she's going for the same route again, and this time, oh, Rose once again coming across. It seems to be the same route, the same play, and it seems to be ending up in the same position. And something has to give. Something has to give shortly. And I think it's either going to be a touchdown thrown from Taylor and fourth down up and coming, or it's going to end up being a Rose interception and a Raiders win. So here we go. Taylor, 3 receivers stacked out to her left. She dummies once, dummies twice. It's a sack. Wow, what a play. And that is game over. It is all over, and it ends in a sack. And it's a wonderful defensive play for all you defensive-minded fans. That's what you like to see. A game ending in a sack, and for all of us that love a good offense, well, you wanted to see it go flying through the air again. So a massive congratulations to the South Auckland Raiders, winners of the Women's Championship today, here and now. And great work from the women's side. As you can see, the division is very, very strong. Both these teams playing, both neighbours, both South Auckland-based teams. The Metro Lioness Black team will be disappointed they couldn't get it done. But not to worry, a massive congratulations to the South Auckland Raiders taking out the grand final in the Women's Championship game by 12 points to 6. And plenty of running action, plenty of passing, and very windy, stubborn conditions. A wonderful game for us here to watch at the actual park here at Norana Park, and for you guys watching at home. Just keeping an eye out for my co-commentator, Brendan McKirk, who may be going out and finding himself an interview. There he is. I'll throw down to the field there, Brendan, who's struggling with his microphone. And
well done on a great game. You girls did a fantastic job. Offense with the wind wasn't firing, but it seemed like defense really saved you girls. Yeah. Tell us how the game plan going in and how you actually executed it.
Game plan is always defense first. So we back ourselves on our defense. We just needed to execute a bit more on our offense from our previous games. But it's a bit hard of the wind because Yeah, it's a bit windy. The ball was floating a little bit, but I'm glad that I have people that can catch 50-50 balls, and I think that's what got us over the line in the end. Yeah.
That's brilliant. So what's next for the South Auckland Raiders?
Everyone's going to go into their winter sports, rugby league, and then probably about October we'll start getting together and yeah, get ready for contact season.
And defend your season next season.
Hopefully.
Brilliant. Hey, all the best. Enjoy this.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, there you hear it. Plenty of excitement and a wonderful game there that we've just witnessed. I must say, apologies again to anyone watching at home for teams. We got two bung lists that ended up popping through, and we ended up calling anybody, everybody, and going all over the place with it. So big apologies for everyone at home, and much respect and much love to the women's game, because this has been sensational. A wonderful turn of events, and congratulations, of course, to the South Auckland Raiders, coming out on top, 12 points to 6 over the Metro Lions black team. And what a treat. It looks like we're going to cross back down to the sideline. Brendan, who have you got down there now?
So unfortunately I have the losing side. Not the result you wanted, but obviously you girls had a great turnout this tournament. What would you take away from it most?
I think us gelling as a team. You know, half these girls haven't played before, but yeah, it was a real neat experience, and we'd love to do it again.
Yeah, so obviously you're hunting for blood next season.
Yeah, we're going to train up for, hopefully there is a flag season before contact, and we'll be back.
Brilliant. Hey, look forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice work down there, Brendan. Tough conditions, windy, and a lot of people gathering now to get the championship game underway. An exciting time, but congratulations, of course, once again to the South Auckland Raiders, your 2021 Women's Flag Football Champions.